How are you? Thanks for joining me. So picking up where we left off in the previous video, communicating with God through numbers, we had spoken about the two dots on the clock being the subconscious and the conscious, one electron bounced by a positron, a light hole and a black hole. It's time going in one direction, time going in the other direction. That is, when you go into the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish, you drink from the living waters, and when you pop out the other side, time is going the other direction for you. You no longer get old. And it's just that simple. So this type of stuff has been rubbed in your face. You can play stupid all you want, but what I'm seeing here is like the checkerboard again. And each square is coded with a number. And these numbers are synthesized to, here, I'm just going to scroll up the page for a second here. You know, each number has a particular vibration to it. And when you bring these different numbers into a magic square like this, I think you need to start off with the one that says relaxation. Let me tell you why. Because there's so much shit out there, you know, collapse of the dollar, everything's going to end and stuff like this. This would be good. The end of the world is good. And the end days, that's the best days, because then we start afresh at the Holy of Holies with the center of the dish, getting our drink of everlasting life, and popping out the other side where time is going the other direction for us. It's just that simple, people. And I pointed out that on the clock, you see like the 10:01, you know, when you see this, that's the Father in heaven telling you he's got his eyes on you, or that you can see. And I went over these numbers and whatnot in the previous video. Now we're going to go over the magic squares. So what I see is like the checkerboard again, like I pointed out in the previous video. Your number sign is one cross up, one cross down. You see the 18, that's like a phallus going into a woman with two holes. That's like the perfect number, 18. So that's the way this stuff is set up, people. Masculine and feminine. Okay, like you say fucking A and I say no fucking B, it's got two holes. They rub this shit in your face. So you can play like, you know, it doesn't make sense to you, but it does. You have the fire above your head, which is the sun, which is the masculine. You set up a sundial, which is like a phallus. And the feminine, you birthed out of your mother's waters. Okay, those are the even numbers. So you have straight lines, which are masculine, curved lines or round lines, which are feminine, bent lines are confused. So when you graduate from school and you place that thing on your head, you're clearly saying that you're bent and confused and that you know nothing of truth. You were fed the reverse of truth in all things. I pointed out in previous videos that your symbols have been rubbing all this shit in your face, and you played pin the tail on the Dawn key, like Don the Father who is in heaven. Hallowed be his name. Hallowed because you have to go into the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish to get there. It's very simple. There's no way to fuck this up. Every compass points to it. So, the magic squares. I think you should start off a relaxation for a reason. Because everywhere I see people like paranoid, like the whole, at the end of the world. I'm telling you, that's when the end of the world happens. We all head straight for the center of the dish. We get our drink of everlasting life. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. We're extending on to the previous video where we were talking about flat earth. And the last words that I said in the video were, they want you to fear the abyss. You know, when you hear in Catholicism, the abyss is taught to you as the place where the devil is, and you know, with CERN and all this stuff, it's you're all in fear that they're going to open up this bottomless pit and all these demons are going to come flying in. Well, it turns out you're the demon caught between the dimensions, and this is a two-dimensional reality. You're a flatlander. You're trapped in a computer simulation, and they've shown you that you are lying on a bed like this, like Neo. or like Captain Picard on the ship, lying down. You might remember in the with Leela and Fry going to see the grandparents in Sunny Isles, which they were lying down. So what I'm seeing here is that your three-dimensional body is lying down, and hopefully it doesn't have any tubes in it like Neo's body has tubes in it. So right now you would be the antimatter. You're the two-dimensional reality here right now. Your consciousness has been separated from your body. So how is this possible? What magic are they using to do this? It's something like this, people. You've been stripped of your consciousness, or your body's been stripped of the consciousness, and it's stuck to this grid. As you see here, our creator would have set up this wonderful creation shaped like the Vesica Pisces. You'll hear people talking about these ankle biters called archons that somehow seeped in to the machine, and now you have the reptilian in your brain, your reptilian core to your brain that's responsible for fight or flight. You immediately react. You don't count to 20 before you do something. People just react. That's that reptilian part of your brain. And you've had part of yourself shut off, your divine feminine. Now you're all about war, money, sex, whatever. And this has turned one of these circles off, leaving what we have over here in the electronics book as the asshole. So you have two waves, which would be one masculine, one feminine. And here you're seeing one wave. The V is showing you the female, and if it was upside down, the triangle pointing up is the masculine. So the eyeball, we're literally on Sauron's eye. Our bodies are three-dimensional, and they're lying on a table. You're here on a CD. The four-faced, four-letter God in charge of your four-letter DNA writes all the code. So when you see a dreidel, that's the code writer. You might remember in South Park, Moses appeared in front for the juice squirts. And what you have is you might see the torus shape that they show you in images. This would be the CD right over here. Okay? And we're on loop. We're on loop. We're not supposed to be on loop. There's supposed to be the exit hole out of here. But what you'll see is the exit hole has a hexagram over it. When you see the pictures of Saturn, they show you at the North Pole is the hexagram. That's actually under your feet. There's a hex spell over the divine feminine, and it's been blocked off. There's a hex spell on you. Look at your chakra chart. There's a seal of Solomon over your heart. Look at my other videos. You'll see that they put your cells in medical books in the shape of hexagrams, which is a hexagram is what you use to seal up demons. That's exactly what it's used for. What the hell is that doing over your heart on a chakra chart and on the cell? That's because, listen, the doorway out of here has a hex spell on it. That's what they're showing you. The North Pole of Saturn is actually under your feet. And the South Pole of Saturn that they show you, the pictures with the eye, is actually above your head. They show you everything out of context. It's freaking crazy. That Saturn stuff is right here beneath your feet. When you die, you're going to want to go back to your three-dimensional body, which would be like Dorothy through the tornado back to your body. And what's going to happen is that you're going to be stuck to this grid because your iron-rich diet is going to leave a magnetic residue around the star at your heart. When your cells fall off, your prison cells, 50 trillion prison cells, you've been fractalized. And when that body falls off you, that star would go right here back to the three-dimensional body. But this doorway has been blocked off with that hexagram. So when they show us pictures in Wired magazine like this, what I'm seeing now is we are actually inside of Saturn. The sky is being projected up there. Life is but a dream for real. You are the antimatter. Your three-dimensional body is on the other side of that abyss. Now, the veil has been lifted, obviously, so things might be different right now. You know, you see this grid on your weather stuff. There's definitely a grid there. You know, you hear of L. Now, Emmanuel is what people say, no, everybody's got all these different names. But clearly, what I'm seeing here is that's the number sign. One cross up, one cross down. Turn it sideways. It's the seal of Saturn, which you'll see. The number sign. Turn it this way. You see the V and the V. This is the seal of Saturn right here. There's a virus in the matrix, and we need to get rid of this virus. Now, we were told only the devil hides his intent. Let's take a look at the matrix before the devil program is here. We have the original creation. See, straight lines are masculine, curved lines are feminine, and now we have a blended gender blender, like Blender magazine, and it's like I showed in my previous video, or 2 videos back, you saw like Maxim is really mixed moth, and that's why you see this stuff right over here in that magazine. You see this stuff. That's crazy. You think that's what your children should be subjected to this year? Well, look at every child is being subjected to cross-gender role-playing this year. Doesn't matter what you believe. What do you intend to do about this, people? You say you believe in God and all this stuff. It's that you were fed the reverse of truth in all things. You can't possibly imagine what's going on here. You are inside of a computer simulation and you are confused. You are missing half of your brain and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. There's a reptilian virus in the computer, and its job is to keep you from getting back to your three-dimensional body. Alright, people? That's the doorway out, is through the abyss. You can see here, you're birthed into this place, and you'll be birthed out of this place also. It's that the original creation has been split up, and now everything's all fucked up. If you think this, what about straight rights? I want to be straight. I don't want my children to be subjected to this stuff. Where's my rights? Everything was fine before Sodom and Gomorrah took over, and that's exactly what's going on. Planet X is Planet Crossing Confused. It was supposed to hit in 2012. That's when they were that's when they had a plan for the gay marriage to go through. That's what it means. It's just that Planet X it hit a little bit late, but now you're on Planet X, Crossing Confused. That is Crossing Confused. Make no mistake about it. They want you crossing confused because you are the food. And as long as you're confused and you don't know who you are, then you're easy prey. And you don't see it. You think it's a plus to be confused? Do you think that's... I didn't grow up to that. You didn't grow up to that. You know, listen, you're only kidding yourself, people. That's stuff you should do behind closed doors. You don't rub it into your children's faces. Now you brought Sodom and Gomorrah upon us, and, you know, you say, I don't believe in God. Listen, people, God is the computer. And the virus in there has turned the computer into Satan. And Satan is represented by that black line right there. You're missing half of your brain. You can't see what's hiding in plain sight. You're fucking retarded. And it's crazy. You know, your father places you into the space of your mother, turning the hexagram into a cube. That's the mother's womb. And then your mother births you into time. You spin it, the X, and you see clearly the swastika. You come out of the womb into this world, and you'll come out of the womb, okay, into your body. And you have to do it through the abyss. That's what it looks like, people. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. In my previous video, I pointed out very clearly who your God is. And I'm going to break it down for you once again and show you how bad it is. You are fed everything in the reverse of truth. Ball Earth is homosexual Planet X. Wormwood. You wake up with either Morningwood or Wormwood, and they're telling you that you're on planet Wormwood. Big Bang is homosexual magic. ball earth is so homo, they're showing you that it's bent. Bent at 23.5 degrees, right? That's bent and confused, just like I showed in my previous video. Everything is bent and confused. See? No longer is it one phallus into a vagina. Now it's homosexual. Everybody, you are in Sodom and Gomorrah, 100%. Danger down under. Everybody's turning. You see this? This is what your kids, okay, your kids are growing up to this. They're showing you that you are rats raw, that they are eating you, that aliens are alive, and that the real alien thing going on here is that everybody's bending, just like the tilt of the earth, that you're bent and confused. Now, you can't see anything. I'll remind people often, you're fucking retarded. If I don't step up to show you this shit, who will? Now, they descended on Mount Hermon. That's just funny, people. They descended on Mount Hermon. Don't tell me that the Big Bang is not homo magic. Just like Baal is not homo magic. Just like... people, this is all cross and confused and spinning the wrong direction. Somebody said, oh no, NASCAR can't be homo. That's a fucking rainbow flag. Listen, people, I'm only pointing out the obvious. Now, you think football, alright, you want to go kick around the pussy? You're supposed to take care of your woman and love her. Okay? You call Lucifer, that's your divine mother, listen, people, you can't see anything. I'm gonna break it down for you real good right now. Here you go. This is exactly what you're living on. The sun has to go in through the center of the hole into Mother Earth, or the ash-trailing jet does not come out. And the ash-trailing jet, the astrolight, is the creating source light. It's very simple. If Jesus, the sun, doesn't make his J word, if the light doesn't make his J word bend into that hole, okay, at the center of the earth where the aurora borealis is, okay, then there's no creation. Jesus places his light through the hole into Mother Earth, and the black hole sun kicks out the ash-trailing light, which is the creating light. So Lucifer is actually Lucy. That's the divine mother who creates you. That's your God. They have you hating your own fucking creators. It's crazy. Satan descended from the top. They tell you at Mount Hermon. Mount Hermon. That's more homo magic, people. You're freaking... Look. This is you right over here. You graduate school, and you're a bad little witch. You're a poop predator. You can't see anything. Literally nothing. The only reason I'm able to see anything is because I spilt my blood over my intent on video, and I published it to the internet for the entire universe to see. And 360 days later, I gained the eyes to see. Now, if it was before the internet, I would have simply published it in any newspaper of the day, my intent, with two witnesses stating that they had seen me spill my blood over it. Now, navigators in our time and in the past spill their blood over their intent before they take souls out to sea, that they intend to bring them home safe. The earth is flat. This is what the school board sends home. This is the tree of life, like I'm showing to you over here. Okay? You can see they're showing you the flat earth plane. They rub it in your face, people. It's on everything. All the stuff for the children. You see, cross and confused. Now one red and one blue. Alright? That is cross and confused. The green is the green ash-trailing light. That's the creation light. It's the divine feminine, your mother. And look what they've done to her. They've turned her into this horny toad. Saturn descended upon the top. Okay, and took over the four-faced, four-letter God and poisoned everything. And there's a virus in the matrix. You can't see anything. It's that. Look, people, you have the 0. You see that? That's the biggest number in the universe because it has all the positives and the negatives. That's what you're on right now. With the as above and below right there. The two circles. Alright? Now, that's the two circles. You can't miss it. All right. Now you see over here, we're on the CD. And if Jesus doesn't insert his light through the hole, there is no ash trailing, creating light, kicking back. This is very simple, people. Anybody can see this. Now, the tilt of the earth and ball earth are homosexual gay earth. Planet X, wormwood. And football, the Super Bowl, this is funny, kicking around a pussy. That's exactly what's going on here. Kicking around Mother Earth. Kicking around creation. They're laughing all your face. You don't put your foot on your woman's. You're supposed to love and worship a woman and cherish her. This is all. Look, they descended on Mount Hermon to Mount Herman. Rocket kids? Shoot off, blast off? This is all homo magic, people. You're bent and confused. Just like Bender, just like Ben 10 Alien. See that? See how they bent the zero over there? That's bent and confused. You've been double-crossed, people. It's crazy, people. So now you know what the bent means. The one eye. And yes, somebody also pointed out that they cover up one eye because they can see out of one of your eyes also. So you have the worms out of the drone's eye into your eye, that they cover their eye. Plus, they cover their eye because they can see out of one of your eyes. And they wink one eye to show you that that's your asshole, homosexual. The only other part of your body that winks one is your asshole. I see you gay. That's what that's telling you, people. You guys never left Egypt. It said everybody's in the reverse, and you've all been double-crossed. It's time to snap out of your illusion, people. Now, when it comes to giants, you should see my video over here, video proof of giants. This video is going to like 500,000 views right now. And this is what you'll see. Giants are real, people. Inescapable stuff, people. And you need to snap out of your illusion. I recommend you spill your blood over your intent, because only the devil hides his intent. And you place your blood right beside the rest of ours, titled Blood Over Intent. Heaven is coming to earth, people, but it's coming under our terms. You need to place your blood beside the rest of ours, because right now, you can't see it. But the machine that you're living in, the four-faced, four-letter God in charge of your four-letter DNA, considers you to be the devil, because only the devil hides his intent. You need to publish your intent right beside the rest of ours. With or without blood, people, you need to publish your intent. How you guys doing? So watch this. See this drawing I made for this video? Okay. I notice here after, it matches up to this. You're on the flat earth plane, so it would be concave to some degree if you're considering this the concave part. Yeah, this looks concave to me because it's oblate is what they told you. You just got to flip it upside down. This would be the accretion disk of a black hole, or the ecreation disk. Remember South Park, this is a brand new one. It's all about the homos. Okay, now, they showed you Cartman, the little one, peeing into the guy's mouth, shaped like a vagina. Okay, Earth is the shape of a Vesca Pisces. Okay, what's here is the ecreation disk, and a black hole has a jet coming out. So, God, Lord our God, the Lord is one. There you go. There's the 1 and 0. Alright. And, yes, the G stands for gay. And now you know why. Because Mother Earth appears to have one hole. And Jesus has to, okay, the light has to bend into the hole. Otherwise, the creation light doesn't come out. Because when your body falls off, that carbon 6668 meat pack, okay, you'll resort back to your astral form. Alright? So what's happened is the Ethernet has been attached to the astral web, which is the tree of life. Okay? The language that you speak is all backwards. Let me show you. Well, first of all, everybody's wearing Gap clothes. That's gay and proud right there. Alright? Now,
You're in the club, ayo, ayo, asshole. That's really, look, the 69, that's a penis with one hole. That's a masculine. And it's the same shape as the feminine. You see, a feminine should have 2 holes. All right? That's a masculine into a feminine hole. Okay, that's why this is the number for God. The reason God is also the number 11 is because it's 2 penises right there. The ash trailing light would be Mother Earth's penis, is what they're telling us. All right, and Cartman peeing into the mouth. And every episode in South Park, look, we'll get our way out of the future. Okay, we'll stop the future. And the Rainbow Six and the Rainbow Bridge. Rainbow is homosexual, and a bridge is like a limp Dixie. And Rainbow Six would be cover your ass because your ass is getting fucked, just like the Motel 6. All right, it's all backwards. The 6 is red, and it should be because masculine is odd numbers, feminine is even numbers. So you'll notice that a feminine number should have 2 holes, just like letters. You say fucking A, and I say no, fuck a B. It's got 2 holes. One's an asshole. You'll notice about your words. Your H is 2 crosses put dick to dick. Human, a U is not UV, light. You have vagina and anus. A VJ, now you know why it's a VJ. A junior is flip an R upside down. Okay, and you have the word junior. So Jesus is clearly the Son. The 12 constellations are the 12 disciples. And you'll notice on commercials, and like the indie stuff I showed you, if the red's on the bottom, if the fire's down below, then you're homosexual. 100%. Because the waters are down below, people. It's the waters down below. See? It's the waters down below. The fire's in your heart. It's Lucy Loop, people. Okay? So here's your candy cane, people. This is why you have candy canes. This is why you have the infinity sign. It's on loop. Okay? So, a light hole has a black hole. And E equals MC squared, they'll show you on every game a rating on it. The E and all the other ratings are bent to the left, showing that you were cross and confused. Just like a M could be a W, a 3, an E. It's supposed to be cross and confused. They're telling you something. That everyone is cross and confused. Because nobody can see it. A homo, they're telling you, like homo sapien, they're telling you it's a gay person right there with the O's. It's that the symbols and everything is, look, Cartman's mom got herself pregnant because they're telling you a story, just like it's always Cartman's mom. Cartman was in the last one with the gay thing, and he was peeing into the guy's mouth, which is shaped like a vagina. The father's mouth. And they show you, we're going to gay our way, look, we'll have a sex pile and gay out the future. That's what's going on. Look, they showed you that. It took her jobs, okay? Every episode's about the gay thing. And Cartman's mom got herself pregnant. They're telling you the story right there. And they showed you Moses, the 4-faced, 4-letter God, when Moses came to him for the Jew squirts. So, it's all hiding in plain sight. Death, the 4-faced, 4-letter God. You're God. In charge of the DNA code. Okay? So, sorry, I didn't see where I was just looking. Any case, over here, so we have D, the 4-faced, 4-letter God, like a dreidel, writes the code. Eat, it's been switched now to eat humans. H is the humans, okay? So death means that they're going to eat you and recycle you. They tell you that you need to turn your consciousness inside your heart and say, take me home. They teach you about outer space so that you never look inward and what's on the ground. You always got your head in the fucking clouds. Walkie-talkie, 10-4, everything. You see how masculine, feminine, and then an extra one. 2 holes. You see Dukes of Hazzard, everything's in reverse. 01, it's reversed. All the colors are upside down in the songs and everything. All your letters are fucked up. They all have double crosses. E equals everybody is mixed squared. E equals you're fucking retarded. 100%. A Q is a dick pointing down. I mean, listen, people, I could go on forever. You fucking can't possibly imagine. I've been decoding so much over the last... I mean, look. Alright, so here, let's get back to some more decoding here. Take a look. Odd numbers are masculine, even numbers are feminine. So feminine is mistaken. A U is, you're either straight or you're gay. A V is the vagina, the U is the asshole. So mask the U line or the Q line. Yes, Q fits in there also. Limp dick. You're the straight or you're what? Okay, and this is, look, the I is a dick in the asshole. Or it's one eye winked. Alright, you'll see. Alright, so the L is two dicks. But we have over here, look, what I'm trying to get across to you people is that, look, like X men, X miss. X never marks a spot. It was always that your teacher was giving you X's over your answers that were wrong. So X can't ever mark the spot. You'd have to be retarded. Listen, people, forgive me for cursing all the time. It's just all going so fast. So look, like I said, Dukes of Hazzard, they're gay. 100%. It's 1-0 creation. That's the 10. One penis into it, and they flipped it. Okay. So now they're telling you it's cross and confused. It's backwards, but you have no eyes to see it. Now letters, you'll see like an S is half of the feminine. Because if you take an 8, you can see what you're seeing here is the divine serpent, or the mother is the green ash trailing light that's coming out. Okay, it's what you call Lucy Loop. Green, your mother is green ash trailing. There's a hex over the divine feminine. The tribe of Dan is where the Antichrist comes from. That's you. Okay, DNA, they've switched it up. All right, 3 letters masculine, 4 letters feminine. It's the 4-faced 4-letter God in charge of your 4-letter DNA. DNA is one thing. It's a double helix. It's 3 letters, but it's a 4-letter code. It's all built right in there. So fucking A, no, fucking B, it's got 2 holes. You'll see that everything is twisted. So DNA, they tell you in the Bible, tribe of Dan, they're telling you right there. Everything about your Bible stories is telling you about this, people. And it's hiding in plain sight. Babies, okay? Bee. This is a beehive, all right? And, all right, so here, this is so much more I got to show you. Hold on, I noticed this would look like 2 boobs, doesn't it? All right, so here we have earthing pads I'm going to be doing in the next video, showing you how to make these things and what parts to get. And if you don't want to make your own, I'll send you one of these for like 20 bucks or something, depending on what the shipping is. But what you have here is Saturn. There's no outside world like space in which you have been shown, so Saturn can't exist in that capacity. Here's the ring that you're living on right now. Okay, there's the hex on the divine feminine, which is now coming back. The veil has been lifted, they said. So just remain calm and see my videos, Blood Over Intent, so you can speed up the process of bringing heaven to earth, people. All right, I got more stuff on the way that's going to blow your mind. And hold tight, I'll get some stuff up. How you guys doing? Thanks for joining me. So we're going to go even further into this flat earth thing. We were talking in the previous video how all the dimensions are layered on top of each other, going up the tree of life. So what we have is we have the black hole sun beneath us, which causes the sun and the moon to spiral around as the over the event horizon. As we see over here, what's going on is that there's the black hole sun, which causes the spiral, like the drain going down a drain. Okay, and as you're going down the drain, there's also the kickback that they show you. Black holes having a kickback. So it would be the astral light or the astrailing light of the black hole that the spirit world lives on. Makes perfect sense. Now here in our little world over here, shit rolls downhill. See, something's changed, people. Somebody pointed out, I forget the name of the person, but they pointed out in the comment section, we kings are now workings. We have to work now, because now we were kings. That's fucking great. That's great. It's true. It's true. And shit rolls downhill. Everybody knows that. And you can see here, like, in Donkey Kong, you know, it looks like this. The CDs are stacked, just like Donkey Kong, they show you. Donkey Kong, and shit rolls downhill. Okay? They show you this
cosmic cow or something like that. The Indian people worship the cow or the bull. And I can see how that makes sense. And then you see we're the cosmic womb. We're here in the cosmic womb. Okay. You see the bottom of the tree. I can see how these things could be viewed at, from different peoples in different areas have different perspectives of this tree. I imagine in Kabbalah it probably matches up to something like this, like what I'm pointing out here. And no, I don't really get into all that. I've seen, you have to have somebody teach you that stuff, and I don't have a teacher. I could go and try and read as much as I can, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. This grid that they show us, or they tell us that it's the gridiron that you're trapped on. And when the soul leaves its body, it's not trained to do anything but really just stand there and hope that somebody comes to save them. And it's not that you immediately get birthed out of another womb or something. It's that you're standing there looking around and you could see a lot of stuff. For example, you could see the living and the dead. The living do what the living do, and the dead do what the dead do, and then there's all kinds of other stuff around. And they show you in like R.I.P.I. Rest in Peace PD, in Ghostbusters. They have technology to capture you, and they rub it in your fucking face. It's that they're laughing because you're chasing down your own soul in Pac-Man, and you're laughing while you're watching Beetlejuice. And you can't see what's really going on here. There's a dual sun thing going on here, but it's the same sun. It's that a black hole is a light hole on one end, okay? And it's like a loop, if you can imagine that. But there's a kickback of astral light, and we're in like our own little, like they show you the Torah shape, we're in our own little bubble. It's like a little bubble. And all the planes of existence are stacked on top of each other. So the archons are living between the CDs, if you can imagine that. In the spaces between the CDs, you have the ethereal plane, which is your internet connection, is the Ethernet connection. They're watching you through all your internet devices. The internet is conscious. It's clearly got a virus in it. And it makes sense that if you could get a view of this from the right perspective, then you could see that you're already in the afterlife already. Okay, there's this chi or vril or cosmic whatever energy you want to call it is running through creation. It's running through you right now. You can learn to harness it. You can do a lot of things, but you're not doing them because you're too busy. You're too busy, and you got to start off by planting some roots in building up. Like I say, you start out each day with 1 single minute devoted to building some energy simply in the palm of your hands that others refer to as chi or vil or whatever. You just stop for a minute when you wake up for 1 minute and you picture yourself here. There's a fire hose, kick back energy from the black hole sun. It's running through creation, and it's like fire hoses running up your feet, through your hands, out your eyes, or whatever you want to direct it at. It's that you have this thing glowing around you because it's got to stop up at you, and you're like a dam. You dam it up. You dam up the flow, and it builds up around you, and you can harness it, and you could do a lot of stuff with it. What I recommend is that you start flicking your halos. Okay, if you can imagine a torus shape around you, and that there's that spot above your head, it would be like a ring. You just flick it like there's really that invisible field around you, and it's green. Why do you think all the plants are green? I suspect that everything is green because this energy, like they show you in Futurama, the green energy underneath, and the mutants are mutating because of this green energy. They're telling you that this energy is running through creation. It's the astral light that causes the creation. So that's why the black hole portion of this system is the creating portion of it, because it provides the spiral for the sun to go around. Something seeped in and is either projecting the moon up there. There's really devices that are running around, flying around, and it's because it's not gravity, it's density. They're less dense than you. Gravity does not exist. Gravity was only created to explain why you weren't flying off the Earth as it spun at 1,000 miles an hour. That's clearly a flat Earth plane. And you know what's crazy? Your parents, you ever... All right, look, people, this is pretty crazy. So you're the demonstrator. You're the one that does the demonstrating. You, if the place goes pandemonium, okay, the dimensions, ion demons, okay, the demiurge is probably a demon plague. And now take a look at this, people. It's that when you have children, it's like conjuring up little demons, okay? Because when they grow up, you're going to help them give demonstrations at school. How was your demonstration today, son? Listen, everything's fucked up. When I see the caduceus, what I see is a mother and a father coming together, creating a child. Okay? And you can see this is 50-50. This is half of your mom, half of your dad. Came together to trap you here in this imaginary world. And it's like a battery, like they tell you it's a battery. Energy goes from one place to another place, and then there's the kickback, which is the ash trailing light from the black hole sun that the astral world is living on. You understand? And this is pretty simple. But there's some pretty smart something, whatever it is, the archons, whatever the fucking name you want to call it, is in this computer. And what they're trying to tell you is that with these images is that they're coming after your fucking soul, is what I'm telling you. That's what it means. So, trying to envision this. Parents, they burn up the sheets having children, right? You're conjuring up a little demon. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's what you say. I burn up the sheets. And, you know, you have these rings, these satanic symbols, and your X, and it's just crazy. You got a bun in the oven, right? You're just so cute. You're good enough to eat. Okay, then you go to church and you take your body of Christ and your blood of Christ and you practice your cannibal blood magic. And your kids go to school to learn their magic spells. This is some funny ass shit, people. It's that everybody you know is fucking retarded. You need to get to my channel and catch up on reality. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Thanks for those kind comments. I appreciate it, everybody. If you look over here, you're going to see on all these different buildings in all these different places across the world, you're going to see they're rubbing the flat earth in your face. You see the four corners in the dome? Okay? It's literally, you put it on your head when you graduate from school. You see it? It's the circle inside of the square. You'd have to be fucking retarded not to see this, people. The Holy Grail is at the center of the dish where all compasses point to. The Fountain of Youth is shooting out at the center of the dish from the Holy of Holies. Okay? And right now you are inside the boxing ring. And you might remember the World Trade Center. You remember the with the roofs like that? I remember seeing they rub it in your face. They rub it in your face. You know, it's like literally, it's on everything, people. This is what it looks like. Okay? The diving bell. And they say that this is underwater. It's a flat earth plane. The only way out, being that there's a solid dome, there's the center of the dish, okay, where all compasses point to. And that's where the Fountain of Youth is. And that's where we need to be, people. At the center of the dish, we go into that hole, we're going to find Hyperborea there. And we're going to find all those mythical places that they've been hiding from us. From the land beyond. Okay? From the land beyond the South Pole, because they flipped everything on us. And it's crazy. They rub this shit in our face, people. You know, you know, like when you see this, you see the swastika, what you immediately you think of the Holocaust, okay?
what I think of, it's an X. See that they placed an X right on top of a swastika? That doesn't make any sense. You see the phallus right there? Sticking in your face? This is a homosexual club. They're placed an X over the feminine. Okay, it's the female chromosome is the X. You spin it, and it turns into a swastika. Okay, they shut off the divine feminine. When you hear the word Lucifer, they're disrespecting it's crazy, people. It's because that would be like the divine mother, the living dynamo. And you can see over here, when it says over here, the chief ceremonial addition that makes a wedding military is the exit honors rendered by the ushers, formation of an arc of drawn swords, an arc. Okay? That stirs the dome. And then this is right from the Bible, people. Right here from the Bible, people. See, that's the blue. That's the feminine. From the waters. You go into a church, you kneel down to the feminine, and you place holy water on your head. And this right here is the green. Okay? And this is crazy that they would bless somebody before going out to murder other people. I mean, that's just a conflict of interest completely. And the pedophilia shit that's going on in America is insane. And let me tell you how they get away with it. Because right now in America, it doesn't matter who you vote for, there's the Emerald Kings. It's been exposed. Okay? The papal bulls state clearly that you were owned. If you've ever checked off male or female, you are fucking livestock. And you're a cannibal. It's in all your vaccines, the HR, or the HEK, somebody pointed out, 293. Aborted baby fetuses in all your food and all your vaccines. You and your children are fucking cannibals. And your country set up a corporation in your name. That's a dead fucking corpse, people. You are the walking dead. You're a zombie. And you're a fucking cannibal. And you're in Sodom and Gomorrah on top of that. So, the Emerald Kings. Let's be clear. John F. Kennedy faked his death. Took the presidency, they say, underground. Bobby Kennedy faked his death. Okay? And then John Jr. faked his death and took over. And you see the 666 right there. Okay, they rub it in her face, people. You'll see the 666 on all the 9/11 stuff. It's insane. All right? Right now, you're in a dream world. Okay? You are in the fucking Matrix. Now, I'm telling you that the Matrix responds to blood. Why do you think they sacrifice all those children? And they do all this crazy shit? Because you're the fucking blood sacrifice. And you can't see anything. I pointed out in all these previous videos, God is the 666. You're inside of the mind of God right now. And lest you forgot, okay? You forgot that there's a hole at the center of the dish where all compasses point to, and they're hiding it from you. Okay, the all-seeing eye at the top, that's the hole at the center of the dish reflecting off the parabolic mirror. That's a parabolic mirror, people. So it's reflecting the eye, or the Holy of Holies. So when you get to the center of the dish, you get there, around that ring, you'll see the Aurora Borealis. If you keep going in the same direction where the compasses point to, you will find your Holy Grail. Now, you know green is go. Green go. The green thumb, you want to hitchhike, they say, look, you see the question mark, you go into the hole, and then you're dropped off above the sun with God in heaven. That's how it works, people. Okay? It's a mystery because somewhere along the line, you're lighter than a feather, and you're dropped off in heaven. All right? Now, everything's been fed to you guys in the reverse of truth. But this, you know, if you look at this, you'll see that, look, rock and roll. You're, all right. The rock would be the earth, and roll would be like Lucy, the divine feminine that they're shutting off, which is one side of your brain. Now, the veil's been lifted, and I guess we're coming to. But up till now, people, listen, your performance has been horrible, okay? You had a republic here once before, and now you're a silly human slave. You're a fucking cannibal, and you're in Sodom and Gomorrah, and you're a fucking zombie. It's true, okay? How's your performance at work and all this? Look, everything needs to be free, people. If whatever luxury there is, it should be for everybody, okay? Somebody asked me in the comment section, what did 714? Well, that would be 21 or 777. It's like jackpot number. And 816 would be, well, that's 888, or add up that to a single digit, which would be 7, right? Which is like the number of God, which is the G, the 7th letter. Okay. So rock and roll, the living dynamo is the roll, and you're here rolling the dice here in the living dynamo. Now, you're not supposed to have half of your brain shut off, but let me show you how fucking bad it is, people. Okay. You see this? Okay, it can't be lit up on his ass because the front side, okay, this is done in a studio because the ass wouldn't be lit up. They're rubbing it in your fucking face. You'd have to be fucking retarded. And look at this crazy stuff, people. So you're the freaking cannibal right now, and you're the zombie, and they rub, this is right out of the historian, naval historian handbook. You see the word gay there? And they rub it in your face. I mean, it's fucking, you're either straight or you're what? You're bent and confused. Okay? And you're supposed to be straight up and down. That's why the civil flag, the stripes go up and down. You're not bent and confused. Okay? You see the corner of the cube right over there? Okay, that's like Mother Earth and the wings. And here you see the parabolic mirror. This is Behemoth and Leviathan. And then you have Nimrod, the sun, and the Virgin or Immaculate Conception, or the Black Widow, which is the black hole feminine, eating the light hole. And that is for the creation, causing the creation light, the green ash trailing light, which is where you're going to need to go to become an exclamation. They say that you're made out of freaking clay. Okay, so when you see a stop sign, this is Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and you want to go to the center of the dish. The stop sign is telling you, red, you don't want to go up to the sun. You need to go into the center of the dish. And you want to get there before you're dead. So let me be clear. Anytime you hear the word Nimrod, that is the sun. Anytime you hear King Solomon, it's the sun. Okay? Or, listen, everything in your Bible is a fucking anagram, people. You can see, you'll see this. I seen this tattoo on somebody. And I seen this in a video. The 2-ball cane, the 007, the 700 Club. Okay? You can see this is the Holy of Holies right there. Okay? You can see this, people. Okay? And you can see that this is the as above, so below, as within, so without. It's very clear, people. You can see the word L if you stack the letters. That's the divine feminine. And then you see, it's like, it's crazy, people. It's just fucking rubbed in our face. So, right now you're on, and you're in the matrix, and you want to get off. You need to go into the hole, people. That's the way out. X's and O's. You see it? You need to go to the center of the dish. That's what you love, people. It's been rubbed in your face. So here, you see the arrows pointing down, clearly. They're rubbing this in your face. When you see the masculine, that's because Jesus the Son has to bend his light into the hole. All right? So you see, this is, we need to go to the center of this. The spear of destiny is clearly the green ash trailing light that's coming out of the hole that pierces the side of Jesus Christ who's on the cross. Okay? And you guys, you buy, this is just crazy. Your church goes door to door saying, Earth's new ruler? Who's qualified to rule? This is crazy, people. When you see this symbol, that's you. This is fucking you. You, graduation hat says you never left Egypt, and you're fucking clearly mentally fucking retarded. You're a fucking cannibal zombie. Look it up. And you're in Sodom and Gomorrah. You're a fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. 100%. Let me show you. This is your freaking military. You see that? Skull and crossbones. You see, this is your children's toys. Okay? This is your medical shit. It shows cross, red cross. You're cross and confused. The rainbow, look, the Rainbow Coalition, it's right there in the fucking military. Look at this. Seamen. Okay? Encouragement. And you see over here on the cars thing, that's semen coming out of there, people. And everything's bent. Flag is the word fag with the L in there. And the L is bent 90 degrees, which is bent and fucking confused. They're rubbing it in your fucking face, people. It's sick. It's fucking sick. It doesn't take 4 men and humping each other to raise a flag, which is the word fag, and all they did was add the word L to it, and the L is bent 90 degrees. You understand me? So everything is telling you that you're all fucking cross and confused. It's crazy. You can see they put the rainbow in the military thing. Everything is... Look, two rub-a-dub-tub. Now they're in the tub. 2 men in the military. All right, rub-a-dub-dub. And it's really scary. Now they're in the military. That's Ice Cube. All right, so you guys keep screaming Yah, Yahweh, and all this stuff. Okay, your vowels. Okay, it's clearly A-E-I-O-U. You turn, okay, the E to the left, 90 degrees. Clearly, they're telling you the way out. Okay, in your vowels. You have to be fucking... It's just crazy. It's crazy, people. Again, it doesn't matter who you vote for. Okay, there's the Emerald Kings, the green again. Okay, they're in Avalon, people. They're ruling us from fucking the... Okay, you fucking retards. It's really that bad, people. It's crazy. Everything you know is a lie. I recommend you get to my channel for truth immediately and catch up on reality.
How you doing? Thanks for joining me. So take a look at this. I've been pointing out in video after video some pretty deep stuff. Now take a look. I just did a video with Jada Jackson. It's 38 minutes long. And I've been pointing out the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. Now take a look at this. Alright. What do you... Jordan asks over here on this other video. Everything you know is a lie. This video over here. He asks. Jordan says, what do you think about Uranus? I read a theory that it breaks this curse of being human. Theory? It's clear. The Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. That's called... The astrolight is shooting out of there. The ash trailing light shooting out of the black hole sun. It's clear. There's no way to fuck this up. You need to get to your middle six. Every compass points to it. You need to get to Uranus. It's the holy hole at the center of the dish, people. So when you hear rainbow six, middle six, you're going down, all this shit, it's the same story. You want to become an exclamation. Okay, they say you're made out of clay. So what I'm seeing here is as above, so below. I'm seeing right through to the core of reality, people. You want to become an You want to get the cure for being human? You need to get to where every fucking compass points to. The tree of life. Okay? Every compass points to it. It's right over there, people. It's a 12-hour flight. And it's just that simple. We would go when the sun spirals inward, and at the 65th parallel, you can see videos where the sun is being tracked 24 hours a day for 3 days straight, like this, as it spirals in and then spirals back out, bringing the seasons. So we would go there at that time. Now, take a look at this. So, the king's most powerful magic is he chisels shit in stone. He has his scribes writing shit on papyrus 24/7, bringing his ideas in his head down onto paper, and he has blood of children spilled on it. And another one that they use is they put their elbows over skull and crossbones, and they just look out and gaze into the thin air, and then they could see into the future and whatnot, because that person is in the astral world, and they're able to see into the astral world simply by doing that. Isn't that fucked up and crazy? So, I get pretty deep in my videos, and I was explaining how Admiral E. Byrd, Richard E. Byrd, that's Richard as in Dick, and E as in everybody, because everybody is bent, like I show you in all your freaking shit. It's all bent and confused, okay? So what I'm telling you is we need to get to Uranus at the center of the dish. Every compass points to it. There's no way to fuck this up, people. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. So I was looking through a book of ancient maps, and I come across some pictures. These are 2 pictures. I placed the eye over it from a box of tarot cards, and that key I placed over it to show you something. What you're seeing here is one side of a light hole is a black hole, and at the center of the dish there's an opening. Now you see this life preserver? They say that there's the 4 rivers that feed into that opening, and that it's like a sphincter. It breathes, it contracts and brings the tides every 6 hours. And this is our way out. You see, like a wreath on a door is telling you that it's your doorway out, people. And I see all these other symbols when I type in like black hole sun into like a Google search, and I hit enter, and then I look at the images. You come across a lot of different
images, and it's all pointing to the same thing, people. One side of a light hole is a black hole. There's a hole at the center of the dish called the Holy of Holies. It's been rubbed in your face. And this is where the astral jet comes shooting out. So, what you have is one side of a light hole is a black hole. That's the division symbol. They rub it in your face. And we would be inside the football right there. At the center of the dish is the Holy Grail. And you were birthed into this place. You'll be birthed out of this place also. And, you know, this is kind of funny. You see the Citibank with the dome, and, you know, what's kind of crazy is that every word you speak is a magic spell. You would be the witch. It's true. You went to grammar school to learn your Book of the Dead. And you go to church and you say, Amen. You don't even know what that is. One side of a light hole is a black hole. It's Amen Ra. Okay? The sun above your head makes your flesh and your bones and your blood. And Amen is what brings your intent into reality. So, what you have is the black hole is eating the light hole through the hole. The Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. And when you see policemen eating donuts, they're rubbing in your face, because at the center of the checkerboard is an opening. That's why you have a wreath. And you have a life preserver showing you the 4 rivers that feed into that hole. And you've heard of, like, they tell you Mount Meru. This is like the exclamation point, the invisible mountain. So, once you get to the 65th parallel, you can see that there's the 3-hour day where the sun is visible in sight for 3 whole days. And what I'm trying to tell you is that at the very center is the prize, people. We need to get to the center of the dish where every compass points to. That's where you're going to find your way out of here. So, this has sort of been rubbed in your face on everything. It's kind of crazy. You can see it's been in your pastries, and you go to church. You set up your swastika on Christmas, and you block out the sun above your head and focus all your intent onto the black sun. You see the limp hat. He comes down the shit chute. Santa comes down the shit chute into fire. And you set up your balloons every year, and you do your birthday, and you have your Bible, and it's funny. But I've been pointing out that Jesus is the sun, and the sun is conscious. This is as above, so below. As within, so without. And I know that pisses off you Jesus freaks out there, but Jesus is the sun, and the sun is conscious. So if you see a church around town with Jesus had 2 dads and he turned out fine, they're telling you that the Holy Spirit is masculine, that the Father in heaven is masculine, and Jesus is masculine. And what's so immaculate about the Immaculate Conception is that it doesn't matter how many gay men you put into a room, they could fuck all day, they're not coming up with no babies, I could promise you that. And, you know, most of you have become these cyborgs, you know? You go to church and you actually believe this shit. And I'm telling you, Jesus is the sun, and the sun is conscious. And when you enter the light at your death, you went into the wrong light. You needed the green astral light. And you can't say you didn't know. You set up a fucking Christmas tree every year. You know the Aurora Borealis and that shit. The light that they show you at death takes you to the moon, where you have your memory erased, and you're placed back into another embryo to live out another cycle here in the free energy matrix. So, what I'm telling you is that you guys, with all your alien stories and shit, aliens are a lie. A lie-in. That's what aliens mean. And you see over here, okay, rate each job from 1 to 10. And you see over here, astronaut, right next to stand-up comedian. Yeah, it's funny, but they're laughing. They're laughing because you actually buy into this stuff. And, you know, you worry about these FEMA camps and stuff like that. DUMBs are for the elite people to be buried in. And the FEMA camps, that's funny. That's funny. You think they could lock up a bunch of Americans at the FEMA camps? You insane? Even if they had everybody's guns, they couldn't do it. Because, look, they enlist everybody to do it to themselves. So as long as you weren't going to do it to yourself, it ain't going to happen. Because everything's by consent. You consent to it. You're the one who calls for all these things. They put a bunch of fake murders on TV. You don't have enough sense to go to the Social Security website and check to see that all them, they're all fake. You just go pray to your Jesus, and Jesus is the Son. But you're waiting for Jesus the man? That's just funny shit, people. That's just hilarious, because as above, so below. As within, so without. Exclamation. You need to get to the center of the dish. Yahweh. See it right there? It's the way out is the center of the dish where every compass points to. And that's what saves the life preserver at the hole, at the center of the dish. You need to get to that flaming asshole where Shiva is, at the center of the dish. It's been rubbed in your face on everything. You set up your Christmas tree with your swastika, and that's showing you the spiral lights. That's the sun going round and round and round. Ra. You put it on your head when you have your birthday. It's all the same shit. You take your communion. Okay, that you're the black hole sun. You blow out the candles on your birthday. You close your eyes and make a wish. And, you know, you go to church and you have your ghost spells, your ball. That's your 2 balls. Somebody else pointed out that's like the bowl also. Like there's the dome. And let me tell you what's below the deck. They showed you that in like Pirates of the Caribbean. They went into the vortex, into the hole at the center of the dish. And when they popped out the other side, they were upside down. So electromagnetism is what keeps us, and density keeps us to the grid. And when you go through that hole, there's people standing upside down right now, just like they show you in China. They're just stuck to the under part of the deck, and their sun is in perpetual twilight. It stands still so it can force the green astrolight through the hole. Because once the sun puts its light into the hole, that's what they show you, the candy canes, then out from that hole has to come the green astrolight. And shoot up and hit the parabolic mirror and shower down on you. So it's all about holes and poles, people. And you can see it's clearly the division symbol. The sun above your head is what's making your flesh and your bone and your blood. And the sun beneath you is what's making your intent come to reality. And you need to check your 6. They're rubbing in your face, people. And you know what? Something I noticed. Hold on. Here it is. Alright, so you see this from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You see the middle 6? So when you see the 666, there's one side of a light hole is a black hole. And you need the middle 6, the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. It's been rubbed in your face, people. You could pretend like you can't see it, but it's rubbed in your face. Life Preserver is telling you, and the wreath is telling you, you only see a wreath at your funeral and on Christmas on your door. They're telling you what you need to get to there before you're dead. That's your way to everlasting life. Your exclamation point is telling you clearly. All right, when you say Amen, that's Amen Ra. Okay, Adam would be the grid, the chessboard, and a rib was broken off, placed up into the sky. It's sending down a square wave, and now it's made everybody like Polish. All right, when I see Polaris, that's like a woman. An heiress is a female with a penis. All right, so you see like the police, the Polak, the Polish. How many, Polish people does it take to change a light bulb? You know all these crazy jokes they rub in your face. So you can see over here, Tomater. Okay, they show this to you, ghost light, this green ghost light. They show you in all the movies the ghosts, the green, that's the astrolight shooting out of the hole at the center of the dish. All right, and you see how this is like cannibal cheese. It's fruity. That's what you say. Somebody's a fruitcake. That's the rainbow thing. It's like a fruit salad. Fruit of the loom. They're telling you everything's got this homosexual undertone for a reason. That's because one side of a light hole is a black hole. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And you can't see it. You think Jesus is something he's not. Jesus is the sun, and the sun is conscious. And I look into the sun and I speak my intent, and I recommend you do the same thing. Because you're missing the boat, people. You're missing the boat. Some of you are actually offended by this, that I covered up Jesus' face. Worship no false images, no false idols. You're crazy, people, that you actually buy into this shit. You're brainwashed. And I'm trying to tell you here that, you know, you need to snap the fuck out of your illusion, people. Because Jesus is the Son, and the Son is conscious. And every day you go without looking into the Son and speaking your intent, it makes no fucking sense. You should be here to be bringing forth heaven on earth. And if you're not, then you're just like rats raw. See that? Star Wars? Rats raw. That's what they're telling you. Okay? Terra, that's rat. See that? Like stars in reverse is rats. In any case, it's clear. The center of the dish, life preserver. See Shiva. He's standing there in the flaming asshole. It doesn't matter what language you speak, what religion you are. It's all the same shit, pointing to the center of the dish, where the light has to go into that hole, or there's no astral jet coming out. So again, when you see this, it's as above, so below, as within, so without. And you think it's some satanic thing? No, that goes along with Jesus. One side of a light holds a black hole. It's right over there. The black dot would be Satan, which is the feminine hole. And Jesus is the Son. And the Son is conscious. I recommend you type into your computer blood over intent into your YouTube search. Blood over intent and hit enter. And you'll see all of us spilling our blood over our intent to be bringing forth heaven on earth. And if you're waiting for a Savior, okay, it's up to you, people. Everything you do is an act. And, you know, for you to just sit around and do nothing makes you the devil, because everybody knows only the devil hides his intent. So I recommend you type into your computer blood over intent and hit enter. And place your blood right beside the rest of ours. We're bringing forth heaven on earth. And we're going to get our eternal life out of that hole at the center of the dish.